Please indulge me to take us back to clause 3, subclause E, I, and II. Mr. Speaker, clause 3 deals with the sources of monies for the fund. Sources of monies for the fund. The E talks about 3% of proceeds derived from the transfer of athletes within the country to sporting clubs in or outside the country. And II, Ghanaian athletes outside the country. Question is, the use of the word proceeds. What exactly do we mean by saying 3% of proceeds? Mr. Speaker, by law, any Ghanaian who earns an income is required to pay tax. When we say proceeds, are we referring to that income that athlete has earned as a result of that contract that has been executed for him to be engaged in a sporting activity for a particular club, be it in Ghana or outside Ghana? Or we are saying that being a Ghanaian, there is a certain mandatory fee that would have to accrue to a state agency, of which 3% will be deducted. Mr. Speaker, I say so because reading the memorandum accompanying the bill, there seems to be no mention of the source of this 3E, I and II. And as much as possible, I do not think that we have to pass a law that we ourselves may not have clarity to it. And when we do that, we create problem for our courts, because the source document to guide them in interpretation becomes a problem. Mr. Speaker, and I say so because I have done a case at the Supreme Court where, when it got to a critical point, the court had to order for Hansard, and it was Hansard that guided them. In fact, they now had to go through the debates on the floor, and through the debates, reading the official report. Let me use proper parliamentary language. By going through the official report and the various contributions, they were able to get a sense of the House, and that was a key guide in interpreting the very matter that I had gone to court with. And yes, I've seen a facilitator entering the chamber. Mr. Speaker, at least for the record, Mr. Jetro, as a deputy clerk then, played a key role because they needed Hansard of Parliament within an hour. And I remember chasing him to get those.
Honorable Member Jetro is a clerk of Parliament.
No, as he then was deputy.
As he then was, he was a deputy clerk of Parliament.
That is so.
He has never been referred to as a facilitator.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, get the context.
For the record.
No, Mr. Speaker, I am saying that as a counsel, when the order came, he facilitated the procurement of the Hansard.
I didn't understand it that way. You just say the facilitator.
No. I'm saying he facilitated because we had only 1 hour.
So you want to understand whether the proceed is the income transfer or not?
That is so. Then, based on that, I can come back
to the Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Speaker, and let me thank the Minority Leader for bringing this matter. Transfer proceeds are one-time payments. These are not the weekly or monthly earnings of an athlete. And the laws are very clear, and the records are available and verifiable. And already there's a system, Speaker, in place where the mother club benefits from the transfer proceeds. Even the FA also benefits a certain percentage. Indeed, per FIFA indication, future transfers would also bring about some benefit to even the mother club. They want to even develop a system where they can trace to the amateur club where the person began. So when we talk about transfer proceeds, we are referring to the one-time payment, which is so properly arranged, and there are beneficiary agencies or angles. It's not the every week earnings of an athlete or the every month earnings of an athlete.
Yes, Speaker, with the explanation, let's take the proposed amendment.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker,
yes.
Bear with me. They've come under certificate of agency.
Yes.
By the report of the committee.
Yes.
So we should understand that all of us here are being rushed. So we need to patiently interrogate the issues.
Well, you have the patience for you, and I thank God for that.
Very well. So,
Mr. You place on record that with the explanation, you will come out with an amendment. I'm reminding you that this is the explanation. What is the amendment?
Yeah, so let me proceed with Mr. Speaker. With respect, the minister, in responding to my issue, raised two very important matters. One, the loose agreement that exists where certain deductions are made. Those agreements do not have legislative backing. So it could be a contractual agreement where, to the extent that the person has appended his signature.
Honorable Minority Leader, what you are doing is never done at the consideration stage.
Mr. Speaker, can I proceed? What you are doing now, Mr. Speaker, what we are doing now, per what the minister is proposing, is to legislate. Even if it is a one-time earning, you cannot use a legislation to make a deduction. Be it a one-time earning, the person is obliged under law to pay a tax on it. It's an earning, even if it is one time. An income tax is chargeable on sale. You cannot say that because per some other arrangement at the FA level or the club level, you want to take advantage to now legislate that a person's earning must also be charged. So therefore, there must be a percentage that must be deducted as source for same to become part of the sources of monies for the fund. I think that it is an overreach, since there is already a statutory obligation. If you go to GRA, this House has enacted a law that requires a person to pay, and it's even constitutional, not only statutory. It is the constitutional provision that gives Parliament the only body with a mandate to enact laws for the purpose of taxation. But what you are doing is not using this law to tax. And you are not talking about taxation, you are talking about proceeds. Mr. Speaker, having laid the foundation sufficiently on this, I beg to move therefore. At least to the best of my knowledge, I've not said that you have agreed with me. I believe that I have made my case sufficiently on this matter. And I've raised the constitutional issue to say that by law governing this country, you can only tax a person once. You cannot tax and go around again and use another legislation to say that.
So, Minority Leader, what is the proposed amendment?
Therefore,
that is why I'm telling you that what you are doing is not done
Mr.
at
Speaker,
consideration stage.
I have laid the foundation and the explanation to what I want to do. Therefore, I move this house that clause 3, subclause E, be deleted in its entirety. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Honourable members, I'll put a question on the amendment proposed by the Minority Leader. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. The noes have it. The amendment is not carried. Now, clause 27.
Mr. Speaker, I know yourself, you are a football enthusiast, and I know you have a local team back in your constituency. It is not everything that the Minority Leader has said in respect of E which is out of place. Mr. Speaker, maybe we should say 3% of net proceeds. 3% of net proceeds. Let's qualify it. No, you lost. Mr. Speaker, 3% of net proceeds. Because from the gross, when there is transfer, you have to make a deduction to GFA, you have to make a deduction to...
Very well, all those in favor of 3% of net proceeds say aye. I'm putting the question. Why do you have a counter amendment?
I need to add my voice. Mr. Speaker, this posture, I beg, if you don't want us to contribute, let... Speaker, if they want to pass their bill, rush it, then let it be so. Because as if, when you...
Honorable members is using the word attitude, but I believe the whole world is watching my attitude and as well as the attitude of the Minority Leader.
No problem.
So don't be worried if Minority Leader is using the word attitude. The judges are out there.
No problem. I think so. Mr. Speaker, I agree. They are judging all of us. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Harun Idrisu, the Minister of Education, has a proposal for consideration. It is my view that to the extent that that earning is taxable, this House cannot legislate.
Honorable Minority Leader, the rules are clear. You do not raise an issue that has been determined by the House.
No, but he has
that forms the basis of your argument, and the House has taken a decision on it. So, with all due respect, kindly resume your seat. Let me put a question. The question is, as many as are in favor of the amendment proposed by the Minister for Education to make it net proceed, say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. As many as are in favor of clause 29 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Clause 29 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 30.
Review of decision.
Chairman of the committee.
No advertised amendment, Mr. Speaker.
It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, any proposed amendment? As many as are in favor of clause 30 standing part of the bill, say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 30 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I've been on my feet for more than 7 minutes. Mr. Speaker, we come into this chamber to respect the chair. We don't come here to disrespect the chair.
But Honorable Minority Leader, you don't insult the chair and create the impression that you are respecting
Mr.
the
Speaker,
chair.
nobody has insulted you. In all humility, nobody has insulted you. And if I've so done, I would readily apologize to you. I will not insult you. You are my senior brother. I won't do that. Mr. Speaker, there is a growing trend in this chamber. It is us in the minority who will speak about it. Bills are brought. We are hurried and rushed. We are told that this thing is being done under certificate of urgency. Yesterday, when it was introduced, we raised a concern. The committee has done a report. I am the leader of my side. This is the first time I am seeing this. When I was majority leader, at least the practice then was that ministers would give the bills to leaders to peruse even before their table. Ask Honorable Kofi Adams. We have a very good working relationship. Ask him whether he has ferried this bill at least to me. I am seeing it the first time. I have issues. When you are making a point and you are being right, Honorable Haruna Idris has been a leader before. We work together. He knows. Let us be sometimes very fair. Honorable Kofi Adams, he knows me. You have an important bill. You don't engage. You come in and then you say certificate of urgency. We want to interrogate issues. It's as if you want to obstruct government business. You want to frustrate it. Mr. Speaker, it doesn't work. And I will say it. I will never disrespect you. But what we are doing in this chamber does not help the cause of democracy. What is the rush? Where are you rushing to? What is the urgency? If the minister knows that this thing is urgent, all this while. So why do you come within 24 hours, you say, because a lot of changes were done at winnowing? It is presumed that nothing can be raised. Mr. Speaker, no. The matter I raised, Mr. Speaker, with respect, if you want to stop me, I would put off my mic and sit down. I won't challenge you.
Yes.
You want to stop me?
Yes.
Very well.
Yes. Honorable members, we are all human beings. We have done up to clause 20 something. You know the rules. If a question is put on a clause, though a consideration, the rules are relaxed. You came and you took me back from clause 20 something to clause 3. And when you took me to clause 3, magnanimously, I allow you bending all the rules in your favor. Now, what we do at consideration stage is you look at the provision. If you disagree, you propose an amendment. But you came saying you are seeking for a clarity. The minister should clarify for you. The minister has clarified. You have rightly indicated that based on the clarification, you want to propose an amendment. Instead of proposing an amendment, you engage in an argument. Honorable members, then you are saying, I am putting up an attitude. I took offense from the use of the word attitude. And I think I have not done anything negative towards you. And indulging you to take me from clause 20 something to clause 3, is that the attitude that I have shown to you? And you claim to be showing me a respect? I don't consider that to be a respect. I don't consider that to be a respect to the chair. You cannot be insulting me in disguise and claim you are respecting me. It is not done anywhere. That is why I place on record that Ghanaians should look at my attitude as well as your attitude in this chamber. And you can come into a conclusion.